Hey, what's going on out there, Atlanta Hawks fans? Man, look, y'all know who it is, Dynamic Duo, man. We bring y'all the latest, greatest news. If y'all been sitting on the rock the last hour,
Oh
y'all
yeah.
would know that the Hawks finally made a deal, man. And I got a feeling my boy Trey Young is he putting his input in this 200%. And y'all saw the new GM, man. He said he's gonna be aggressive. So he's not telling a lie, and he's gonna be aggressive, and we're gonna get into it right quick. But before we do, man, you know what to do.
Hey man, what's going on, man? Shout out to everybody who is coming into the chat, man. Good evening to everybody. Yes, there is breaking news out of Atlanta because we have a player who is traded in this type of jersey. He threw it out of here. You know what I'm saying? Let's get that out of here. Let's put on a Hawks jersey. We're talking about Kristaps Porzingis. But of course, we're going to get into it. We have a few slides for you guys, so just check it out, man. And also, I just dropped a video of Hawks Digest, but I'm gonna have to end up dropping another video over there because, of course, more details are coming out. But you're about to get it right here as well with me and Smitty Sports Machine.
And we got to give a shout out to our boy, man. We got to give him a shout out.
Yes,
Our
sir.
boy RJ, man. RJ comes through in the clutch, man. He a big, a big help to me, man. When it comes to breaking news, he
Mm-hmm.
helps put everything in
Oh,
motion for me. When I'm trying to break out news with the Falcons, the Hawks, or the Braves. Same with Chris. So shout out to RJ, man. He is a
always.
lifesaver. He's a big part of what we do behind the scenes at the Sports Machine and A1. So we got to give him his flowers, man, and tell him a big thank you, man.
Yes,
So
sir. Salute to our brother in arms,
so
RJ for life,
so
man. For
man, we
sure, for
salute
sure.
you, my brother. So shout out to the chat, my boy Carson. What's good, my dude? He'll hear me, man. You starting that bullshit already, but yeah, I think Trey Young, I think he's doing his thing behind the scenes, and I think GM is putting his foot on the gas, and all you got to do is crank the car up and keep it going. So, and the crazy thing about it, we're gonna get into it. They still can make another move. Just think about that. So, hey, we'll see what happens. But our boy
We'll
Robert
see.
Blackman checking in. What's good, my dude? Travis, what's up, my guy? Trucker
Yes,
Mike,
sir.
what's
Yes,
good,
sir.
man? Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's gonna be
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And the
lovely.
thing about it is that we say, yep, we saved some cap space. With this move, we got off of contracts that we necessarily didn't need. And we're not saying the player wasn't good. We're just saying the contract wasn't. So it's just a
Right.
lot of things going on. But man, let's not hold these people, man. Let's get into this breaking news.
Breaking news, man. If y'all haven't heard, Sham Charnel, new ESPN, he took Woj's spot. He
See,
broke the news that Atlanta, Boston, and Brooklyn, a three-team trade. Kristaps Porzingis comes to Atlanta, and a second-round pick. So we get another second-round pick, even though we lost the number 22 pick. We still
mm-hmm.
get two picks in the draft, so we still win. And I
Yep.
know it's one guy that you've been talking about that I've been talking about. Really, the only draft pick that I've even commented on. But we'll get into that soon. Terrence Mann goes to the Nets with the number 22 pick. And if y'all didn't know, the Brooklyn Nets have five. Yes, that's
Six.
right. I said
Well, five.
five
Yeah, five
first
of them.
round picks. So they can move up and down the board as they please. George Yang and the second round pick goes to the Celtics. So right quick, man, you tell me how you feel about this, because this news just gonna keep rolling in as we talking. And
I
y'all in the
believe,
chat,
to be
y'all can
honest
follow
with you,
along as well.
to
But go
be
ahead.
honest with you, bro, when I first seen it, it was just like I seen it like, oh, Kristaps Porzingis was like the Hawks were talking about Kristaps Porzingis, and I was just like, it's so crazy because on the Hawks
We're gonna
Digest,
get
I
into
had
that,
talked
RJ.
about
We're gonna
something
get into
like
that.
that.
And now again,
Yeah,
I appreciate you, my brother. Just because of you, we're gonna get into that. But go ahead.
yeah,
My
man.
bad.
But yeah, like I said, I like, so now I put out a video on Hawks Digest that had a scenario with Kristaps Porzingis being traded to the Hawks in a three-team trade,
Yeah,
and
you did. You
but
did.
that, so the framework of that deal was different from this deal. So of course, like my biggest concern is not Kristaps Porzingis' skill set. I've never been worried about can he score. We know he can.
Yeah, it's
We
the
know he
old
has
bones.
those intangibles. But my thing is with Kristaps Porzingis, can he stay healthy? That's the main
Yeah.
thing. He played 42 games last year, and we have to take that into accountability because we are a team that wants to stay healthy. Is Kristaps Porzingis a player that can come in and help immediately? Of course he can. He's a veteran. You got the pick and pop option now, the pick and roll option with him as well. You also have him being able to space the floor because he can be up there at the top of the three. How many times have we seen players getting downhill, kicking out the Porzingis? He knocks down the three. We seen that in the finals when they played a couple seasons ago. We seen that in the 42 games that he did play. But it's just, can the young man stay healthy? Can the man stay healthy? That
And
is
it's
my
funny you
biggest
said
concern.
that. It's funny you said that. He's 29 years old and he's been in the league 10 years already. So he came in as
And
a teenager. He
it
seems like
seems like so much longer than that, doesn't it?
man, it looked like he seems like he's been around 15 years, but it's only 10. And he's still 29 years old, almost 30, I think. So as I look at this trade, like you said, you talk about spacing the floor, he can do that. You talk about
Mhm.
shooting the three, which I love because he shot 41% from 3-point range, 19 points, almost 7 rebounds. But this reminds me of Donato Gallinari a couple of years ago when they
Yep,
made that deal.
yep,
How they used him as a stretch four. But
yep.
Porzingis can play the 4 or the 5,
And the
so you
five.
could
Right.
possibly have Porzingis and Jalen Johnson on the floor at the same time, which is
Mhm.
scoring unit. So this gives
Right.
Trey Young another option. We know he's getting better every season as a passer. You finally get him a big man to unlock that talent that he has.
But hey, I'm gonna say it right now though. Do not get it confused. This man is not starting over Oyeka Okongwu.
I thought I said that, and I
But I understand why
you
people would
know the
say that
Hawks,
though.
the Hawks better than
I,
I do.
I
But
understand why
again,
people would say that because
but
he is a 7 footer. He
no,
does have that skill set.
no,
But double
30
O,
million,
that's just way.
$30 million six man is very expensive. That's just as bad as damn Kirk Cousins sitting on the
I
bench
was
for
about to say
27
we're
million.
already doing that in Atlanta. What do you mean? But
So
the thing is the framework though, bro. The
okay, go
framework
ahead.
for this deal way better than what we talking about with Kirk Cousins. Because for one thing, just like RJ was reporting, we
1 year
kept that.
deal.
Yeah, yeah. Just like RJ was reporting, we kept the 25 player exception. So we did not use that in this deal. We still have that. We are now, yep. And because, yep, here's Bobby Marks. And shout out to Bobby Marks too for trying to break down everything with
There
the
it is.
contract.
Jake
But yep,
Fisher. I'm sorry,
yep,
Jake
Jeff
Fisher. This is the
Fisher.
trading session. Go ahead.
The
Go ahead.
Hawks have been looking for advantageous trades with their $25 million player exception. They still maintain that tool by sending out Terrence Mann and Georges Niang. Atlanta, now $30 million below the tax line. Still open for business, sources say, potentially in the sign and trade market as well. Now, I'm going to tell you something about that sign and trade market thing. I did a video about Julius Randle, and he would be a sign and trade candidate. Now I know a lot of Hawks fans probably wouldn't want Julius Randle, and I understand that. You know, and I feel like honestly with what we have, especially after making this trade right here, you may not actually absolutely need that, but
Right.
that is an option. You do have the option of Alexander Walker possibly. You know, so from the Minnesota Timberwolves, you bring him in, you have a secondary ball handler, somebody that can play defense, somebody that can knock down the three for you because you need some shooting, some guys that can like spot up. So at the end of the day, you possibly could use that against him. I know some Hawks fans are looking at Cam Johnson possibly
Oh
because
boy, I would love Cam
because
Johnson. Another scoring wing. Oh
he
yeah.
fits into the player
Oh yeah.
exception. He
Oh
fits
yeah.
into it. So it's just like now the Atlanta Hawks are cooking with grease because we have options. And my thing is I know like some people may feel like the bar is low, but no, not necessarily. Because it's been since 2021 since the Atlanta Hawks can really have an exciting time. And right now is an exciting time because moves are being made and money is being freed up. Terrence Mann for the next 3 years was going and think about it. Shout out to Terrence Mann. I'll have no issue with Terrence Mann, but Terrence Mann was going to get paid $45 million over the next 3 years, 15, 15, and 15.
And not
So
worth
that's a
that.
contract that you wanted to get off. Now for some players like, well, you took in a $30 million expiring contract. Yes, but George Niang was on the expiring contract too.
Okay, you saying that? Hold on, right there. We're gonna get them an inside look right quick as to how it works. Okay, so this is how it works. Bobby Marks
Mhm.
breaks it down. Atlanta gets that $30 million unrestricted free agent. So this is his only season. Really, it's a salary dump. If you want me to be honest about it, it's a
That
salary
is
dump, and it's just a 1 year thing. And honestly, at the trade deadline, if he's not where they want him to be, and a contender comes calling, you can
they
get
can trade.
more draft picks for next year's draft. So the
Mhm.
Hawks are in a winning situation, and Terrence Mann goes to Brooklyn and gets those 3 years off the books, and that adds $5 million to the Hawks salary cap. George Niang as well,
Yep.
8.5 goes over to Boston. He's a 1 year salary dump. So I
Mhm.
mean, this works for all parties. Terrence Mann, he's probably going to be in Brooklyn, but he could be on the way out. Who knows? Brooklyn
Well,
has
he was
five
born in
first
Brooklyn
round picks.
Hospital, so
Yeah, he
we'll
was.
see.
He was. He's at home. So, but again, with 3 years, $45 million, and I'm saying that I don't think he's worth that. But to each his own. He's not a bad player.
Right.
But when you look at what Brooklyn could do with those five first round picks, they could pair him with at least two of those picks, move up into the lottery if they needed to.
If they needed
So,
to. They have
so it,
flexibility for Brooklyn. They have a lot of
exactly
flexibility now. All those first round picks, almost like looking like OKC in a way. But
right.
they have a lot of picks in this year's draft. You possibly can pair those picks and possibly, what I'm saying, get more picks in different drafts. What I'm saying? There's a lot of different ways they can go. They can set themselves up for the next few years as far as like first round picks or just having good picks, what I'm saying, in that draft, still
Right.
get developmental players and stuff like that. So yeah, like you said, it works for all three parties. And honestly, with the whole thing with the CBA, and this is another reason why you have a guy like Anzi Salah or Anzi Saleh. You know what I'm saying? Being the head of the snake and this whole thing, he for people who watched the interview or watched, the video of Hawk on Hawks Digest, I talked about how he went to law school, how he had a 2K addiction in a way that helped him that he combined it all up, and that is why he is able to understand the CBA because law school will help with that. He's a lot smarter when it comes to the CBA than a lot of us. So being able then he brought in the right people with him too. So now the Atlanta Hawks, this also lets me know the Atlanta Hawks are trying to right the wrongs from that DeJounte Murray trade. It wasn't on DeJounte Murray. It was on the Hawks front
Pelicans.
office, the
Yeah, the Pelicans
ownership.
and what they wanted. Yeah.
Yes, and everything.
Yeah.
So now it's time to go try to recoup that in different assets, whether it's players, picks, future assets, etc., like that. This is a good move by the Atlanta Hawks overall. Let's just hope it all pays off with Porzingis staying healthy and being able to contribute for the Atlanta Hawks. And also, let's try to see exactly what pick comes for the Atlanta Hawks in the second round because I'm assuming it's definitely in this year's draft, especially
Oh
you
yeah,
have
yeah,
to
yeah,
give up
yeah,
that 22nd pick. So I'm
yeah.
assuming that it's going to be a big man in the second
Oh,
round.
it was really a big swap, a pick swap, because they moved from 22 to the back of the second round, so it really just a pick swap.
Hmm.
So one thing that I absolutely love about this is this strengthening the Hawks bench, and as we've been talking about the last 2-3 weeks, you got to strengthen the bench in the NBA, and you saw it in OKC. Their
Hmm.
bench was awesome. So
Right.
when you look at what Porzingis brings, you talk about Onyeka starting at center, which I agree with. Now you have possibly Ricochet, Porzingis, and what's the Czech Republic kid? I can't never pronounce his name.
You said,
Um,
which one you
Vidic,
talking about?
Vidic, or whatever his name
Oh,
is.
you talking about Vít
And-
Krejci on our team?
Right, right.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Vít Krejci. Hmm.
yeah, so now you have depth in the front court, what we definitely need, because we haven't had depth in the front court, and I can't remember, probably 10 years ago when we had that
Well,
60-win team. That's the last depth that we had.
well, the thing
Uh,
that I'm liking about this here is because you bring in Porzingis, the veteran. You spoke about Gallinari before, and
oh yeah,
Gallo
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah. I
very
love that
huge
boy.
for us. But the thing about it is, now I understand a lot of people are upset about the first rounder. You have to give up the first round pick in order to bring in the salary. And let's just be honest, there is no, yeah, making bold moves, man. And shout out to my homie, man, Osama been smoking TV, man. Check him out as well. For those who are into, you know what I'm saying, the firearms and everything like that, he can tell you everything about each last one of them. So just make sure you check out my homie over there, Osama been smoking TV. But
Facts.
back into the Hawks though, man. Yeah, the Hawks, they're making these moves right here, and I understand a lot of people didn't want to give up the 22nd pick. Do I feel some way about the 22nd pick? Slightly, but I'm gonna tell you why I'm not gonna trip too much, because whoever we selected at 22, they're not a veteran. They probably can stay more healthy, but are they NBA ready? No,
No.
they would get sent down to College Park, so they
Yeah,
wouldn't even
easy.
be a factor immediately. And
And
you think
shout
about
out
this
Jalen
here,
Johnson. Shout out
huh?
Jalen Johnson. He went down to
Mhm.
College Park for a little while and dominated, averaged 25 points. So
Right,
it's not all about not being able to play. It's all about development. So
right,
if
right,
they get
right,
a
right.
big man in next year's draft, and tell them about your boy Yang out of China,
Oh yeah,
I think he would be the perfect asset, especially if we can land him in the second round. If
right.
they land him in the first round, I would not be mad, but I feel like second round would be more of a steal.
Well,
But
think
go
about it.
ahead.
Yeah, yeah. If you can land him, Max Raynard, Danny Wolf, any of those guys, I'm missing a guy too. But any one of those guys, if you can land one of those guys in the second round, that's definitely absolute steal. I believe these guys are going to be somebody that you can send down to College Park for a little bit. Like again, this is pretty much a 1 year deal with Porzingis, so you're giving some cushion for your new center that you're probably going to bring in, which is cool. That's fine because
Right.
we still got Mo G. Don't forget about Mo G, who wasn't supposed to play last year but had to because of injuries. Now that he's gotten some playing time under his belt, he wants to continue to play. He wants to continue to
He's
develop.
another that can he's
And I
another that
like
continue
his
to develop. He
right. And
played well.
I
He
like
played
Mo
well at
G.
College Park. Yeah.
Yeah, and I like Moji because he did do well. Injuries had to bring him up a little sooner, but he is a guy who can be a defensive anchor around the rim. He just has to, get into the whole NBA routine, the weight rooms, the nutrition, et cetera, the off season. He gets into all that, guys. I really believe Moji can be something for the Hawks. That's why you also have Porzingis. That's why you also have Dominic Barlow. So I mean, my thing is
Yeah.
the front court still has guys. KP is definitely. I understand that. I understand that he's not though, bro. There's no way. There's no way I see KP starting over Onyeka Okongwu, especially after all the time that Onyeka had to wait to start. I don't see
He
him
had to wait a
coming
while.
in. And let's just be honest. Let's give Double O his flowers. As far as when he came into the starting role, it is on record that the stats say it. We were a better defensive team with
Oh
Onyeka
yeah, no
Okongwu
doubt.
than
No doubt.
Clint Capella. I'm just saying. And
Yeah.
also, other guys was able to get development and stuff like that as well. Onyeka's shot got better toward the end of the year. I just believe Onyeka Okongwu will be the starting center, and we will be trying to rest and preserve guys like Porzingis so we can go into a deep playoff run. Because I don't trust Porzingis
And I
as
think
far as
that
his
that
health. I
that helps
do
the wa-
trust Double
yeah,
O because
that helps
Double
the
O
wear and
had
tear.
health,
Yeah.
because my thing is Double O had health issues before with his foot and everything like that, right? This past season, you did not see Double O out of the lineup much. So my thing is, I want the guy who can stay
Double O is
healthy the
about
most.
what, 23, 24?
That's what I'm saying. Like he fits the mold of everything we're trying to do as far as age and everything.
Right.
I understand because we want a 7 footer. Yes, we got a 7 footer, but I want yet another 7 footer. But is
Yeah, but
Double
but
O
again, you think about wear and tear, this is the perfect spot.
right?
And he's gonna I'm telling y'all, they're mainly gonna use Porzingis for their scoring offense. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
When they
Pick
need to
and
put
pop.
points on when they need to put points on the board, or when Trey needs to take a break, you add in Porzingis, and whoever's gonna play backup probably gonna be Buffkin if he's still here. So look, Ricochet, this helps him as well.
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Johnson, this helps him as well because Porzingis can play the 4 or the 5, so he can play the 5 in the second unit, or he can play the 4 in the scoring unit. So
Mm-hmm.
pick your poison.
Yeah, and my thing is, yes, he did play 42 games. Yes, he's only played 500 games, 501 games to be exact in his career. But
Yeah.
in 42 games last year, he averaged 19 and a half points, 7 rebounds, two almost nearly 3 assists, shooting 48% from the field, and also over 41% from the three. I'm not gonna lie to you.
1% from three.
I ain't gonna
Right.
lie to you. I need that though. 41%,
Scoring option. Yeah, scoring option.
48%. I'm just saying
And this is
19,
why
19 and 7 off the
this is
bench.
why I compare him. This is why I compare him to Gallinari because Gallinari, he shot about 38, 39% from 3-point range. And he's what, 6'11, 6'10, 6'11. So you get that
Mm-hmm.
scoring that that big that can shoot from the wing. And this is what the Hawks need, man. Trey Young, catch and shoot, spot up threes. I think it's perfect.
Right. And then the East is wide open because first and foremost, I want to say shout out to all those men, Jason Tatum, Dame Lillard, and of course Tyrese Halliburton. Speedy recovery for all you guys, regardless of what team it is. I hate seeing guys go down. This is guys' careers, okay?
Right.
But at the end of the day, the East is wide open now. You know, that right now is the time for the Hawks to try to make some kind of move to try to get better. At the end of the day, when you look back and you think about it, go ahead and rub your chin a little bit. Did the Hawks get better? And I'm not just saying on the court, I'm talking about as far as salary cap wise, as far as being able to be flexible to make more moves down the line.
Yeah.
Did the Hawks get better? I say yes. I really do say yes. Regardless of the 22nd overall pick, again, if it was the 22nd overall pick and we not get a pick back, then I'm just like, hold on, Hawks, wait a minute, because you're missing out on the opportunity here. But they're not. So right now, I'm
And,
sorry, man.
and
You got
I'm gonna
you got
tell
to
you,
salute
bro.
Lonzie right now.
You talk about moves. We need a backup point guard. I talk about Cody Buffkin. Yeah, true enough. But a guy like Colin Sexton, I talked about him last year. Possibly make a move for him. You bring him in as a backup with Trey Young, and I think he's right around that 18 to $20 million range in salary. So
Yeah,
you have what 30 million. I said you think about making that move, bro.
and I mean, you
Because
still have the exception as well. Only thing about it
exactly.
is the problem with Colin Sexton is not Colin Sexton. It's who he plays for. He plays for the Utah Jazz.
And
Who
they gonna
is the
want
G?
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Danny Ainge is not the easiest guy to deal with. He's never been the easiest guy to deal with. He's going,
right.
I wouldn't be surprised if he said, oh, yeah, let me get that 13th overall pick and possibly the least favorable pick in the 2026 draft for you. And then you can go ahead and have Colin Sexton. No. So it's just like at the end of the day, I would love Colin Sexton. It's just
But
who
got
I
to
have
deal
to
with
deal
Danny
with.
Ainge. Yeah,
Yeah, man. Danny
I
ain't,
get
ain't,
that.
ain't gonna let it go. If anything, we still have guys like Keaton. There you go. We still have guys like Keaton Wallace. We still have guys like Veit Krejci. Now, I don't really like Veit Krejci really handling the ball like that and
Yeah,
controlling the
he's
offense.
more of a two guard.
But yeah,
Yeah,
you still have Dyson Daniels. You still have Jalen
two
Johnson
guard
coming back, our
or
point
three.
forward.
Yeah,
So we have guys, fam. We got guys.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So if you rest Trey Young, I mean he'll be fine.
Right.
But like you said, Keaton Wallace. But it's just I agree with Danny Ainge because we see what he did in Boston, building that team up. So yeah, he's probably gonna do the same in Utah. So he's gonna be one of those guys like you go to the store and
That
you
man
go you,
holding
you go to
Walker
one.
Kessler hostage
Hey,
in
you
Utah.
go to one of them
Let
high
Walker
price
go,
stores and you see something you want and you can't get it because they want too much money for it. Yeah,
bro.
it's that type of
Bro, I
situation.
just I just had that same thing happen, bro. It was so crazy. I went to Wayfield Foods and I seen something that I buy from a different store in there, and it was a whole extra $3 more. I was like, "There's no
That's my
way
point.
I'm
That's
not.
my
I'm
point.
going to pay an extra $3 for something that I can get cheaper if I just wait and go right down the street." No, so
Absolutely.
it just that's what I'm saying, bro. I'm not doing that for you, Danny Ainge. And as
Big
much as I
bro,
want,
that's
you
exactly what we're talking about. And we did get more 3-point shooting with Porzingis, but
yes,
from the wing, we do need more consistent 3-point shooting to help out Trey
yes,
Young in that scoring. Colin Sexton could add scoring. You look at Cam Johnson, who I've talked about. He could be one of those guys that could come in, add some scoring. But they made a deal with Brooklyn already. Could they go back to that same well again? Possibly. But again, it would probably
I
have to
don't.
be another 3-team trade.
I'm not sure. Like I said again, with Brooklyn, Cam Johnson fits into our $25 million exception. So if they was to want to, they wanted to do that. My thing is Brooklyn don't have to get rid of Cam Johnson though. Like looking at their
Nope.
salary cap situation, they really not in a bad situation. They really, it's just do they want to pay Cam Johnson? Do they
I
is
don't
that what
think
they
they
want
do.
to do?
That's why it came up. I don't
No.
think they do.
Well, we'll have to see about that, man, because they could, and especially they getting these first rounders now. You never know what could possibly happen down the pipeline. You got
I
different guys
think
that you can go.
I
I don't
think
think they use all these picks. I really don't see
I
them
think
using all
I
these picks.
think they're going to go in another direction as far as what they want with Durant, Irving, and James Harden.
Hmm.
So they're gonna be looking for those kind of stars. So those
Right,
5 draft picks, you can see at least 3 of those in one trade to go get a star player.
right,
Kevin Durant is
right.
off the board. You talk about Tyrese Maxey, even though Philadelphia says he's not, going to be traded. You give them the right amount of picks, Tyrese Maxey will be in Brooklyn.
I, I I got one even better for you. Just thinking about it. If Giannis ever wants out, Brooklyn has the capital to go get Giannis right
Absolutely,
now.
because they had those 3 picks and they have Cam Johnson.
Right,
And
right.
and,
It
and
like
who
if
did Milwaukee lose? Chris Middleton. So
yeah,
they
but the
replaced Chris
problem
Middleton.
is the
Go ahead.
problem is this. Giannis hasn't said that he wants out. So my thing is, regardless of what you're trying to do, you have all these picks this year. If Giannis wanted out, you can bet your behind that probably at least 3 of those picks would have been going to Milwaukee to bring
Along with
Giannis
Cam
in
Johnson,
because
it would be
Giannis
a sign
does
and
have
trade because that contract
right,
is killing. So
right.
they would have to trade Cam on the sign and trade. Then they would have
I
to
mean, that's
add who?
fine. Who
Yeah,
cares? Who
yeah,
cares?
yeah.
That's fine. My thing is, along with that, Giannis has businesses in Brooklyn as well. So it'd just
Absolutely.
be him going out there as well. And again, it would be first rounder. It would be Cam Johnson. But at the end of the day, so what? All those things that I just said for Giannis, if you're Brooklyn, so what? I'm getting Giannis.
But what would draw you to Brooklyn? Um, and what would you be playing with? I mean, you would be taking a big step backwards, in my opinion.
Shoot, I mean,
Because I know Dame is 35 years old. Once he gets healthy, he's probably going to get traded as well. So I see Milwaukee rebuilding. But would Giannis even welcome a trade to Brooklyn? Because
I mean, again, it all depends on what they got 5 first rounders in this year's draft alone. You possibly can go set your team up for to the point to where you only thing you can use is something like that. It's going to be interesting to see what they do. I mean, Brooklyn, good luck. I mean, you got plenty of picks. Whatever you do with them is what you do with them. But bringing it back to the home team, I'm waiting to see exactly what else is coming down the pipeline because I don't think this is all.
nah,
Free
there's nowhere
agency
near.
is
No,
coming up. Free
free
agency is
agent didn't worry
Sunday.
about
Sunday.
yeah, Sunday,
Sunday.
right? Absolutely.
So get ready for that. And of course,
That's how
also
quick things can
what
change.
what we didn't hamper on is the fact that this trade cannot be finalized until July 6th.
Yep, absolutely. That's there it is.
Yeah.
Because Brooklyn will be a crime man with cap space. Cannot be finalized to July 6th. So you have about 2 weeks.
Yep. So that's when it'll be official. That's when Porzingis we can go ahead and really fully welcome him in to the Atlanta Hawks. So we'll see, man. We will see exactly what happens. I just definitely want to get this out and man, just talk about, hey, man, the Atlanta Hawks are interested in making moves. The Atlanta Hawks are interested in righting the ship that was
Here's
so
a
so very
here
wrong.
here's a name a wing that could score.
Yeah, he is
But
on the trading block.
but
I've been seeing different
there
rumors about him.
but there is another guy in Sacramento that I would love to have, and I told Chris about this about 2 weeks ago.
Sabonis?
Kid named Sabonis.
Oh,
Um, I
man,
don't. Yeah, with
it's not
with
going to
them
happen now.
with them losing Fox, um, I don't think Sabonis wants to be there. But I could be wrong. But
Well, wait a minute. I'm thinking about it's all depending on what the Kings want to do because we can trade Porzingis to the Kings
yeah,
for
yeah,
Sabonis
cause
because
yeah,
you got
the
that
money is
$30
there.
million expiring contract.
Right.
Porzingis, I mean, I'm not Porzingis, I'm sorry.
Sabonis.
Sabonis is making, I think, like 44 mil this year. So you would
Yes.
need to at least, throw on tack on another 14 mil to be able to make the money work. But
Right.
technically, you could do that, and you never know. Trade deadline, you never know. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Never know.
But my
And
thing is,
you
again,
you
the
get a
Hawks
guy
have
as a bonus.
opportunities.
Yeah, you got a guy as a bonus that can rebound, that can score, that can shoot the three as well. So I mean, and Sabonis is one of the best defensive big men in the league. So I mean, look, that's a big upgrade, big upgrade.
He's finesse, but he gets bullied. I've seen him get bullied around before a little bit too. But
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
same
but
time, we
he
know
bring the
that's
toughness
Florida.
that we need though. So
Yeah, he can be a little tough guy, man, for sure. And he will help on the offensive end
absolutely,
as well. You know what I'm saying?
he'll give you
Especially in the
17,
half
18.
court too.
Yeah,
In the
he'll give
half
you
court
17,
too.
18. Right,
Yeah,
right.
so yeah, man. Oh man, I'm interested to see what's happening. Of course, we got the draft tomorrow. So we're gonna see exactly what happened. More moves could be made, something else can come down the pipeline. But right now, I think I'm just excited to see that the Hawks not only
Trying
made
to do
a move,
something.
yeah,
Yeah,
not only just made a move, but they made a move
significant move.
that helps
Yeah.
the roster, that helps the salary cap, and perhaps the culture. So we'll see, man.
Absolutely. But we talking about the Hawks. You know what to do, man. Tell them where to find you so they can keep up with the Atlanta Hawks.
Hey man, you
Um,
can catch me over at the Hawks Digest as well, because that's mainly where I drop my Hawks content now, over there at the Hawks Digest. So anytime you're around, all you gotta do is just type in YouTube Hawks Digest, pop right up. You probably will honestly see the video that I just dropped. It was a brief video, just pretty much just letting you guys know about the Hawks making the trade and the details that were released at that time. There are more details now, of course, as you guys have been listening. So we're going to see exactly what happens, but most likely going to do another video, or me and Walter probably link up, do a video, maybe a duo talking about this. And of course, again, we're going to be having more videos coming out because, again, the draft is tomorrow. So we're going to see who the Hawks draft at 13. What happens in the second
and
round? We're going to have to wait for Thursday for that.
they split it up in 2 days. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
yep. We're going to have to
That's
wait
right.
for Thursday.
That's
So
crazy.
now, instead of just being done on the first day, we're going to have to watch day one and day two, to see what the Atlanta Hawks do. But hey, it's exciting times in Atlanta. We try. Anzi Salah said, Anzi Saleh. I'm gonna get that right. Anzi Saleh. That's
Yeah,
just.
you about bad as names as I am, but I could. I mean,
It's just Salah.
I,
Just sounds
I,
more. You know what I'm
I
saying?
destroy that name. I'm telling you.
But it's Saleh. It's Saleh and everything. But my thing is, I've been calling him Anzi Salah for 2 seasons.
Because
That's
we
what I
used to
heard.
we used to the NFL coach.
Right.
So
And that's what I heard. I've heard Salah from
yeah,
him. So it's just like, but now I'm hearing Anzi Saleh. So he said that he wanted to build a contender, a long-standing contender, and he said he had to do the right moves in order for that to ensure that. And this is day one of him. Now, at the end of the day, this still has to work. This is good intentions, but you
right.
know what I'm saying. We want that good action as well. So we need
Facts.
Porzingis to stay healthy in order for this to continue to work. If Porzingis goes down and only plays hypothetically, and I'll knock on wood for your Hawks fans, hypothetically 30 games, it hurts you. It's gonna hurt.
Yep.
It's gonna hurt. So
Absolutely.
let's see what we do though.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. Y'all stay tuned to that draft tomorrow, please. Lock into the Hawks Digest because they're gonna be locked into the draft. And
Oh
Celia
yeah,
Lopez, I agree. F them picks. But
man. We'll
again,
get better.
man, y'all know where to find me, man. Smitty Sports Machine on YouTube at FatBoySlim_21 on Twitter, and during the season, NFC South Roundtable on YouTube as well as I talk NFC South with my buddies. We give y'all we go at it sometimes, so y'all love that part. But yeah, I'm always dropping news. And me, Chris, we trying to become king of these pop-up shows
Hey man.
because there is always news and there's always something to talk about. So hey, until our next pop-up, we gonna talk to y'all soon because your boy got to find something to eat and it ain't chicken this
Oh,
time. Thank God. But we're gonna holler at y'all soon, man. Peace.